All right, all right, all right. Hey, YouTube, I'm Lucky, and in today's video, we have some absolutely huge news we have to cover. Bungie has just recently responded to the possibility that by doing Grandmaster Nightfalls, you could get guaranteed loot, guaranteed adept weapons to drop for you. This is going to be crazy if Bungie actually does go through with this. This actually all sparked from a top trending Reddit post right here. It says, please make adept weapons a guaranteed drop in GMs. It got almost 2,000 likes. I even made sure to upvote this bad boy. I'm like, yes, this is definitely a necessity. Have you ever done like some crazy, Grandmaster, like the Proving Grounds or the Corrupted? All of those are crazy. Glassway, oh my gosh. Doing a 30-minute run or longer if you have any hiccups at all, just to get a chance at the adept weapon is terrible. There definitely just needs to be guaranteed drops, especially on the more difficult Grandmasters. I mean, sometimes when they're easier, you can kind of fly through them. Like this week's Grandmaster can do like pretty casually in like 15 minutes. So maybe not as necessary for this one, but on those more difficult ones, it's a necessity in my opinion. And if you agree, make sure to comment down below and let me know. This reads right here, I'm sure everyone posts this on a daily, but I feel like if we are all heard, Bungie would do something about the drop rates for adept guns in GMs when they achieve platinum. I feel like if the rewards are guaranteed, if any of the GMs, in any of the GMs, it'll increase the player base for the GMs. And not only that, but it would feel refreshing knowing that you're going to get a drop from completing the GM, rather than being hopeful that you're getting something and then get depressed because nothing drops for you at the end. And hopefully this sounds better than the previous statement I had made. So I strongly agree with that right there. I do tons and tons of GMs. I do GM carries on my live stream and stuff like that. So I have a pretty, good system set up. Have so much experience, so much time in it that I can pretty effortlessly get through any GM right now. In fact, I even just mess around half the time. But I know that my experience is not the same. I know that a lot of you out there watching, you're either not properly leveled or you're barely properly leveled, or you don't have as crazy gear as I do, because obviously I've been playing consistently for a long time. So I have pretty good stat armored on everything, right? All my armor, all my weapons, god rolls, and et cetera, right? I know that's not everyone's experience. So I know that you putting your time and effort into doing a GM is probably more difficult than me. And I feel like we should definitely just give guaranteed drops, especially if you just get a platinum. You know what I'm saying? If you kill all the champions, you did everything, you beat this GM, it takes like 30 minutes, on some of these strikes, if not longer, right? And especially if you're running LFG, dear God, these should just be guaranteed drops. Let me know if you agree down in the comment section below. And Bungie actually responded to this right here. DMG saying this, hey all, feedback has been passed along. Don't have a clear answer right now, but folks will be looking into this before GMs go live next season. Once we have more info, we'll let you know. So they are looking into this, and there's a good possibility that this could happen next season because people seem to be behind this, and this seems to be, a really good system. So DMG speaking so specifically to this issue has me inclined to think that this is actually going to happen. And let me know down in the comments below if you think it is. He didn't say for sure that this is going to happen. He said, feedback is being passed along. But man, I mean, the way it seems so optimistic, which I'm really excited about. The next bit of news we have in terms of Bungie news is that they said that the Dreaming City weapons were going to come back, and then they were bugged, and then they did come back, and now they're back. But the problem is that there's just the drop rates are terrible, and you do all these different encounters and you don't get the weapon you want. Not to mention the rolls that are on them really aren't as enticing as they were before the weapons were sunset, which is an entirely another issue. But we're just going to talk specifically on the loot drops for the Dreaming City weapons. If you're out there trying to grind and get yourself that tiger spite or whatever it may be, they're not dropping as often as you would like. And the ones that do drop, it's just completely random. You get armor. This person posted right here on Reddit, and Bungie responded saying that there needs to be a way to target farm Dreaming City weapons. With Dreaming City weapons now back in the pool, I'm trying to hunt down my beloved tiger spite. Today only, I farmed over 20 pieces of gear. Here's what I got: 2 Reverie Dawn helmets, or 3 Reverie Dawn helmets, 3 Reverie Dawn gloves, chest, legs, class items, Abide the Return sword, Sleepless rocket launcher, Vouchsafe scout rifle, Waking Vigil hand cannon, Twilight Oath sniper rifle. And he says, I deleted a few more things that I can't remember. I mean, that's just terrible that you would grind. I mean, you can only do so many of these activities. There's no like infinitely repeatable activity you can do. You just do them, for each character, mostly just, running Petra bounties and then jumping into the dungeon. And so I feel like we should definitely have a way to target the exact loot drop you want. Now, obviously, these are kind of old weapons, so if Bungie has to rework a whole system for this, I don't know if it's necessarily worth the developmental effort, especially none of these weapons are really like that crazy in my opinion. But Bungie did respond saying this right here. DMG community manager responds saying, hey all, thanks for the feedback. At this time, unable to make any promises for changes to Dreaming City loot acquisition. While the team had some time to reissue the weapons, it's looking like the team is full steam ahead on future content. We'll continue to pass along the feedback, but I want to set clear expectations. No changes are planned in the short term and may not happen for some time. Until then, you'll have weekly chances via quests, blind wells, and Shadow Throne completions. There's also a daily bounty available each day for chances at weapon and armor. So happy to see DMG respond to this and actually address this issue head on. And he doesn't seem to be nearly as optimistic about this happening as the previous topic, which also makes me inclined more to think that the guaranteed adept weapons from Grandmasters is much more likely to happen than this in the immediate future, which is really, really exciting for me. I love doing these GMs. I actually like the challenging activity. Let me know in the comments below. Are you having any fun in GMs? Are you high enough level? Are you getting in there? Are you getting completions? Are you getting adept loot and weapons? And would you be excited by the potential to have guaranteed adept weapon drops? I know I would. And if you want to stay up to date on all the news in Destiny 2, make sure you're subscribed here with notifications on. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.